Right. Welcome everybody, welcome back to my channel.
This is she come for the carnival. She's a whining criminal. Say she from Venezuela and she love up the soca. But when she had the DJ play, hips don't lie. Me say she good. I am the host for today. We're gonna talk about a birth.
My birth. Alright. Which one?
No. We're gonna talk about her experience, you know, giving birth to Magique
And your
hosting
experience.
and my experience.
Normally when I do the videos by myself, Rossi would look at Magique. But as we're doing the video together, we have to try. This is why we take so long to do it. Try and get a time where he's asleep.
The topic
Highly
is
requested video.
how you fall in love. Explain to them.
Were you anyways?
Lie.
The father was like, hey, the father Israel cook is the best cook, right? So we were talking about something. He's like, hey, I cook a nice duck today or I cook stew beef, whatever, come for food. That make me put on a lot of weight to just to mention, right? That was her father's fault. So, you know, I'm trying to give up the meat right now. So I get up in the morning and I exercising. I get up in the morning exercising. See if I get back into that slim trim guy I was before. You know what I mean?
When you say this, yeah?
In the morning, I start back. He'll be sleeping anyhow. So anyhow. And you know, we just started off as friends, and eventually, what happened is that we went to a karaoke night, and she got a little intoxicated. You know, she had a little too much to drink, and then I started to see, you know, they say when somebody drink, you see the real side of them. You know what I mean? And she started, I wish I could get that video. I think they should get that video.
I have the video.
Yeah, I put others, no, they have to see it. They have to see it. And she started wilding out and thinking, and I said, I want to talk something about a certain person here, but I don't want to expose the person.
About a certain person?
The video guy. Who was asking you if I paid you to be in the video? Watch your friends out there, or the associates, or the ones that claim to be your friends. That sneaks out there. But anyhow, see? Right?
Let me leave it right there. Anyways, fast forward. What they want to know, right? You given a host the backstory. I mean, they ask how we met or whatever, but I think that's like a separate video because it's plenty to discuss right now. And if it is a repeat, yes, but they want to know how the labor experience was.
Alright, so basically, one of your blogs before you spoke about telling your father and your mother. Alright, nice. So basically, we started the Lamas class. It was my first experience going to the Lamas class, whereas you know you get a more in-depth feel of the pregnancy, of the delivery,
what to expect.
Right, it kind of prepares you mentally, emotionally, everything for emotionally everything for the actual birth. I remember I wasn't taking no gigs at all, no boat rides, no parties, nothing. I wasn't taking. Yes, coming closer to the pregnancy, because I said to myself,
Mr. Man, you forget you was in a party in South when it is my ass was in labor.
Well,
but I wasn't taking gigs.
but we will explain that, right? So I wasn't taking any gigs at all. No gigs. Actually, I was a promoter called me to perform. Where it was? It was in New York. I cancelled the gig. I tell him I can't make it because you know it's cutting close to the time that she might deliver, and I don't want to be out of the country when that time comes, right?
It was exciting, but it was unbelievable. At the same time, we going through all these things, and we buying up stuff, we doing things, and it's like we really going to have a baby. Like this is an actual human inside of me. You touching my tummy and you see my tummy moving and thing. It's like a whole human inside of there. Yeah, that's
you
how
stay quiet. That's what you was. Don't stay quiet.
Right now, come. When you come by me, I want to go back. No. You happy now? Yeah. Ashley fell. Remember when I fell? Off of the bed?
On the stool.
Yeah, and that's the first time that I had to go Mt.Hope pertaining to anything delivery. So I had to go straight into the labor and delivery ward. So it was all a rush and it was real weird and just like I was kind of panicked, to be quite honest, because yes, we had to make sure everything okay with him and that kind of thing, and it's like if it is anything is wrong, they had to do a C-section, they might have to like where's all the possibilities, because that's on my mind this week. I will calculate all the possibilities and that's why I will always be thinking and I'll be anxious and what will happen. So when it says I went, that's the first time I met one of the nurses, and she was actually really nice, because I met him in Mt.Hope, right? And I heard so many bad things about being in Mt.Hope, the experience, the nurses, the everybody.
She got the real best treatment
all throughout.
Yeah.
In the clinic, during clinic and all, I had real nice nurses.
Yeah, that's treatment.
Yeah, and they were so nice. Like it was so shocking, because in my mind I had this conception as to
I think honestly though, you were. I was wearing my media badge at the time.
Mr. Man,
that helped.
No.
That helped.
Listen to me. Before he even came in, long before that, right before the labor, it's the same nurse that saw me, you know. When I went in for the fall and I went in for labor, it's the same nurse that was in the room where one of the nurses, she was there and she stayed with me for the entire time. And her shift was actually finished and she stayed with me the entire time.
Alright, let me tell you what the nurse told me, right? I had my media badge on, right? And when I walked in,
you will tell me.
The nurse was like, oh my goodness, we need to make sure and deliver this child. Good, make sure everything go right, because this guy is in media and we don't want to get no bad publicity. That's what she said. And let's carry on. So the treatment
lies is back in.
But
exactly. That's not what he said.
Lies. Okay, we get up.
I just wait for Majid to tell you all his part of the story.
The one event I went to is actually a DJ by us named DJ Q. He had an event he was doing, and he lived, matter of fact, he lives sugar on us, right? He asked me, he was like, yo, I'm in my event, and I would like you to come DJ and perform. And I was like, hey, I haven't been anyway since. How things looking? You tell me what I've been like 2 weeks or something.
But you haven't been since.
No, I wasn't going anywhere.
Yes.
Anyhow, I think you have a different memory. Anyhow, so I wasn't going anywhere. And that particular night, that one night that I went, while I was on stage, she called me. And she was like, no, first I saw a missed call from her, sorry. So when I saw the missed call, I ran outside of the event, and we were DJing at that time, and I called her, and she was like, she getting contractions, right? she gets in contractions. So I was like, alright, so I'm gonna leave one time, she was like, alright. And she hold on a little bit. I would by mom, I would call you and I'll let you know. Alright. So I went back, but I was most uncomfortable because I mean she called me in the middle of a DJ set, and you know you're hyping the crowd, your vibes in. People into it, but you're not really into it because your mind on her and the baby. So I was like, alright. When I look at my phone the second time, I saw another missed call, and I was gonna tell, I was playing with DJ Kadeen at the time. I said, Kadeen, hey, we had a roll one time. So we really supposed to like play for about an hour. We played for about half hour, right? And we were out at the event. It so happened that I left my car in work, and I was rolling with DJ Alvin at the time. I left my car in work, so I had to, well, her mom and her dad took her to the hospital.
Hey guys, I was going on, I cut my story.
Well, continue now.
So when I went my mommy and nan, right, I started to get contractions. That's the first time I got contractions my whole pregnancy. Like normally people will get contractions early on and 1-2 contractions. But as we did the Lamans classes, we know, alright, to monitor it and that kind of thing, how much minutes apart it should be before you go to the hospital and all these other things, right? So they started to come 5 minutes apart. They were like 5 minutes apart for like about 2 hours straight, right? And mommy and I was in the bed. I was just up pacing the floor. I doing my squats. I doing everything I learned in the mat. And when it started, like I started to feel like the contractions itself started to increase significantly. It was just like real cramping and like, you know, you're feeling helpless, and it's like I was in between. I don't want to go to the hospital and I'm not ready, and I don't want to make the shell here. So that's when we decided, alright, it come in between 5 to 4 minutes apart. Let's leave. So by the time I reach, it might be like 3 to 4 minutes apart, right? As I told Daddy, and then they jump off the bed one time because they were already expecting that he come around that time. So they jump off at the bed and some one time, and Daddy was straight busted. It was just gassing.
When I reached the hospital now, she was there, she was in contractions. What happened is that the nurse told me then, the baby isn't going to be coming anytime soon. So I would advise you, if you wish to, you can go home, freshen up and come back. And then I asked her, because I wasn't going to leave, but she told me, she said, well, go ahead. And that's exactly what I did. Went home, took a bath, came back one time, and I came back at the right time, because when I came back, it was 15 minutes. They had me in the waiting room, and then they just called me in to actually witness the entire birth.
Yeah, but before all of that, they had me there for hours.
Right.
So that's what's man. So when I went, they didn't care about if I could have walked or not because I was walking normal. They were like, you know, you need to take a wheelchair. So I was like, this one starting now.
You watching Cocomelon and I had chemo on, and I says yeah.
So as they don't care about if it is you could walk or not. As I reached, they were like, go on a wheelchair and go to the labor and delivery. But I was with my mom, so she obviously she know where everything in Mt.Hope is. So she took me in, and Daddy was parking or whatever because he just dropped us off one time. We came out with bags and everything. And when I went in, they checked to see how my contractions was and like how close, how strong, because they have the monitor and everything hooked up to your tummy, and how much dilated I was. Since I arrived, I was 4 centimeters dilated, right? When it is that he came back, I was still 4 centimeters dilated. The only thing that happened is that the contractions increased. The doctor and all, she was nice. She checked because like 3 people checked her to see how much dilated I was, and the doctor was like, you know, I don't want to stand up on the ward because, to be quite honest, it's kind of depressing when you're there and you're in pain and that kind of thing. So I will come back, I go in on the ward and check on some patients, and I come back in about an hour, right? If it is you want, you could stay around, or if it is you want, you could go home and come back. But for me to go home and come back, that's taking about an hour time, so that's not making sense to me. And so I stayed. They gave me the wait, let's call this again, boy.
So when you push up in the bottom. So what's it called? Enema?
Yeah.
Enema is in.
Yeah, so they gave me that, and I went off or whatever. And
How about the
since then,
pronunciation?
her name is Enema.
Enema, what?
I don't know. Anyways, it's basically flush out. So I went to the washroom and everything, went and bathed. What?
Man. Okay, go ahead.
I went and bathed, and they gave me a bed one time. And when I was on the bed, that's when he came. But they were like, you know, you're knocking on the door or whatever. But when they checked me when I had the bed, which is how much about hours after, and I was still 4 centimeters dilated, but the contractions was so much, like it was to the peak on the monitor, and it was coming 3 minutes apart. So they were like, you know, we had to get the baby out, and
then I came like Superman.
they did not come in as yet. They tell him to wait outside.
I came like
They
Superman.
told him to wait outside
Yeah,
because they had to burst
man?
my water bag,
When
and
you
all
see man,
that.
she like, wow, she's. Ever see her face like she relieved, you know what? That's how I look. She look like a relief. And a relief. When she saw me, it's like, yeah, well, finally he's here, right? Because, you know, she would need that support. Can I carry, you know?
Anyways, no, I was telling them about how my water bag is. Why are you so?
Alright. I am just speaking on your blog, right?
Exactly.
Right? But you are talking and again, no feature on your blog.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
go ahead. You know how to burst my water bag.
Alright. You take a pen. What about it?
I started getting contractions 1 o'clock in the morning, and Mish was born 1:05 in the afternoon.
105. Alright, yeah, that's true.
It was around visiting hours.
I leave
come
out
up
so
and
long,
then
right?
take me. Yeah, so. And the entire time I was just standing up, walking up and down, such stupid and everything. I couldn't do, like, I couldn't sleep, and they wanted me to sleep because I was like, you know, you need to take a nap. They gave me injection. How can I take me to fall
All the
asleep?
big mouth you had went. All that big
What
mouth
big
you had.
mouth?
All that big mouth and
Anyways.
all that mouth
Anyways.
went.
So she had to burst my water bag, and because my tummy was small, I had to ask her, like, you know, is it that I had a little bit of water, that's the reason why my tummy was small? She's like, no, you had real water inside of
I really
here.
thought you was making her rat. She belly is really small, so I was like, wait, let's try it. Or else no. But surprisingly, he was.
So after
I
the
wanna
burst my
talk
water
about
bag,
that
right,
part.
that's when they brought him in. Mr. Man come in with hair nets,
Full works.
yeah, don't
Gloves, hair net,
gloves,
overall.
thing, hair net over his foot, over
Mask.
his sneakers, mask, full overall, everything, blue suit, like.
Yeah, like obviously like a working day. So as I said, when I came in, it was well off from the nurses. Is the midwives they call them? Right, there was a lot of love from them. They were really friendly. They were really supportive, and you need to drop some gifts for them. Huh?
I was going to listen.
Look, let it get in the watching. They say they want to see. Alright, cool. So basically,
So I had gifts for them.
what I remember in particular is that they told me, they brought a bowl of ice, and they told me, try to comfort her, rub her head, stand at the side of the bed, hold her hand for the ice, because she would be feeling a little bit dehydrated at times, and that's exactly what I was doing. Alright, so, you know, and then there's the machine there where you actually see the readouts of the heartbeat. What's the name of the machine? The monitor, the heartbeat monitor, whatever they call it, right? So I was seeing the child's heartbeat, the baby's heartbeat, and eventually,
And the contraction.
and the contraction. Eventually, the contraction became more and more and more. That is when she started. She's trying to be tough and trying to hold in the pain, but like anybody in pain, after a while you would let loose and you would just basically be yourself 100. So she started, groaning. She started bawling, per se, and eventually the nurse was like, "Alright, hear what? We are Shania. If you like Shania, breathe in, breathe out. Is that? Take a deep breath, release, and push. I think it's something like that. Is that one?
Listen to me. I had my entire concept as to what I want my labor to be like. I wanted to stoop. Everything that I read was like, that's the natural birthing position. Make sure you stoop and push and all these other things. So I told them all of that as like, I want, don't cut his cord as yet. When he come out, I want to delay his cord clamping and whatever. Because I read up a lot. I was always Googling, always searching, always asking the nurses, asking the doctors. So when it was time, she was like, "Alright, Shana, you ready to push? You're ready to stoop down?" I was like, "Stoop down? I cannot move." I said, "No, go ahead. Like I just want to push." I didn't care at that point in time. I wasn't so much of pain, and I was so frustrated. I was just like, I don't care how he come out. I don't know. Like even if it is that he had to tell me, what, Shania, go and get C-section. I was like,
I remember a particular line.
Take him out. Just
I remember a particular line. Not me again, I could.
I never said that.
Yes.
I never said that.
You can't remember saying that, but I remember clearly. She said, let me tell you what she said.
He asked me. No. I remember you asked me.
No.
Say one next one or you
hello, that is way before you said
like
that. Hold on. I remember she said, I am good. I am good. And I was like, ooh. She was in pain, so maybe she can't remember, right? But the point is she said it. And what I'm saying here, I remember when they said, they were like, "Alright, I'm seeing the head." But I really, to be honest, about this whole Lamas class, and everything, I wanted to be there, but I was a bit, what is the word, boy? I was a bit cautious in terms of, I know when you see something like that,
you was hesitant because people tell you a bag.
Those, I still have it in my head, and that image is still in my head.
And
that image is still in my head. Anyhow, so what I'm saying is that basically the doctor was like, you know what, hey, we see, the midwife was like, hey, we are seeing the head. I didn't want to look, I was looking at the machine, right? And then,
so I lined down this way. Instead of he facing and looking and this is him. He's looking at the wall, looking at the machine, and he like, until he, because Trinidad people fast, right? So he had to see, because he see a little bit and he wanted to see everything. Then he get a little comfortable and he went, okay.
So the midwife was like, "Alright, I am feeling the head." And then my heart started beating faster because he be coming. And then now she was like, "I am seeing." She was like, "Hey, we need to clip up." I was like, "Clip?"
We need to cut.
But I think she usually would clip. I was like, clip. And what happened? I remember they cut it up. And then I took a little peep and then I saw a pool of blood. And I was like, right? So I looked back. I was looking at the wall, right? Supporting her, rubbing her head, giving her the ice. I don't think she wanted ice at that time. Right?
I don't know. I was in a different
way. So, and then the midwife was like, "Hey, the head, I am seeing the head." And there and then is when I took a look. And when I looked down, I was like, damn, yeah, really? And then I looked at the wall again, right? And I was like, wait. And I was like, you know what? Let me look again. When I looked the second time, I actually saw the nurse took his head, well, his shoulder, however it is, and pulled. And when they pulled, his head was out. So you're watching his head out, you're watching her face, and I'm watching the wall, but I don't want to watch the wall again because you're seeing the child coming out, so you want to experience, you want to see it. Yes, you don't want to see it, but you want to see it. And now, boom, the nurse just pull him out. When he just pull him out, she just rested right on top of her. I remember that. He was blue. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? And like in seconds, he got his color back, right? But when he came out looking blue. And in seconds he got his color back.
And he just pee all over me.
And he pee all over her. And she was like, she started crying. And she's like,
so the man put all the blood and everything.
She kissed, like, he didn't have much blood though. He didn't even have plenty blood.
And they didn't even wipe him out.
He didn't have plenty blood. And then she kissed him, and then
the umbilical cord and everything still attached there, and the placenta still inside of me.
So the nurse was like, about 10 15
I had
minutes
to
after
put him in my dress. I had to literally put him in there and like hold him, because they start a new thing now where they give the mother like 10 minutes skin to skin with the baby as the baby come out. So they don't want any contact with the child, or they're not putting the child in a separate place. They had to go straight on the mother, and he remained there until it had no more blood in the placenta. The placenta was clear basically, and then he got to cut the umbilical cord.
And then I was real frightened because it's my first experience. So I like, they gave me this something like a clip scissors kind of thing, and I was
that
like,
was real awkward.
And it felt
sharp.
It wasn't sharp. It felt rubbery. I don't know how to describe it to anybody. It felt like what's that good? Not skin. It didn't feel like skin. It felt like a piece of plastic. What's that good? I'm trying to. Something like silicone, yeah. It felt like something like silicone, a rubbery plastic kind of, texture. I felt it and I cut. That's it. And that was it.
Then they had to rub
and then, and not only that, I was real shocked because I want to mention this though. Her belly, she didn't have a big belly, right? Her belly was small, right? He came out big. But not only that, the experience seeing the midwife pulling him out of her and seeing her belly just seeing from this and dropping back flat. That was like, hey, real sci-fi shit.
Right now I'm looking like a pregnant again, and my belly just went down to nada.
Right, so that was my experience. It was a really nice experience. I would say, I would tell any father out there, it's really a nice experience. You actually get a connection, a different kind of connection, and not only that, you also it's also opportunity. For me, it was an opportunity to see something that you normally see on TV and move over your face, or you might see it come on Facebook. A woman giving birth. I remember every time I saw a video like that, I would turn my face, or I would exit out because they don't want to experience that. You know what I mean? So experiencing it, it was definitely something. I have no regret. It was a great experience. I'd advise any father to, try to be a part of the experience. And I think it's a whole different connection. You get up, and then you get a whole different respect and a whole different love for women on the whole.
You had to leave the room.
Yeah, I had to leave the room.
Right, I went and showered. They put him in the incubator. They gave him a vitamin A shot. They sent us up on the ward, and we stayed there for 24 hours. What I would say is that everybody labor experience is completely different. Everybody, it have no same, even if it is like you already had a child, the next child experience will be completely different. Always. I had a couple of friends who had babies around the same time, and their stories were just like real shocking to me, right? It's a nice thing to share experience with people, but everybody's experience is different. So don't ever think, alright, well, I'm scared to go into labor, or I'm scared to do this. It had a lady before me. Rossi when Rossi was coming in, the husband was going in front to make the child. When he went out for something for me, the husband coming out with him, oh, you're going for something too? She don't make the child.
I remember that. I met this guy who started talking, and he went to see, like, within 5 minutes, his wife made the child. I was like,
and I there for about 12 hours.
Yeah. So everybody have different experiences,
So don't be scared. Having a child is a real nice experience. I'm telling you, I didn't just look at him and just be so happy, just be smiling, and he's our little bundle of joy. He's really miserable when you're doing like any other child. When you're cranky, like he's full of personality.
I'll tell you something.
Magic is full of personality.
She's trying to pacify the whole thing. That is her imprint. He has a lot of attitude, right? He has a lot of attitude. Stubborn, like his own way. He's a dictator.
He's not a follower. He's a leader. He's very brave. He's very independent. He's very outspoken. Right? Those are the qualities.
Bye-bye, laters.
Alright guys, so thanks for watching.
Follow me on Instagram. I
So
must
you
plug
come
myself.
here to plug your Instagram.
Follow my Instagram.
Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram. Go check out my album. It's on all digital platforms. It's called Eccentric. Alright. Go check out the video. Go check out the video with her. Go check out the video with her.
I was actually pregnant in the video, you know.
Right, yeah, she was pregnant.
I saw it already.
You could go and watch, type in RKG Spanish dancer. This is the Spanish dancer. She was pregnant at the time.
I really didn't know anything.
Yeah, alright, so.
Thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe. Right? Check it, follow him on Instagram. I'll put his name somewhere there.
Subscribe below.
Follow me on Instagram if you're not already. I don't know why you're not following me, but do it now. I'll put my name somewhere there. So that's it. So let me know what you want to see more of. Comment down below. Message me in my DMs. I know
what position are you of?
That's what that video. That's
Rossi.
like part 1, part 2, part 3.
Laters.